So now here we are Cardano's algorithm. So now what we are supposed to do in this one, we will be basically getting an integer array nums. So we need to find the subarray with the largest sum and then return the sum. So for this one, basically what we will be doing is we have our max subarray, and here we will be getting an integer array. So first we are initializing size, that will store basically the length of the array, and then we have max of r. So max of r is like until the current index, how much was the maximum sum that we figured out. So that will be storing here, and we are initializing as the minimum value, so that once we start iterating over the array, we will be updating this. And then max ending here will be 0. Max ending here will be so until current index, the basically the subarray, the maximum and basically the sum of the subarray that we were getting, we will be storing it in the max ending here. Then we have start and end pointers, that will actually be our start and end pointers basically. So what we will be doing is we will be iterating over all the elements in this norms array. So I equals 0, I less than size, and I plus plus. Now what we will be doing next is, if suppose max ending here is 0, in that case basically like max ending here is 0, so we will be initializing it, basically max ending we will be starting from the current index. So it means we start a new subarray, basically means until now the sum was 0, and now we need to initialize another one. So we'll start we'll start update the start index. So start equals I. Then the next will be max ending here equals max ending here plus nums of I. So what we do is we add the current element to the max ending here. Basically we have started finding the sum of the current subarray, and we'll add that element into the max ending here. So we will have one updated element. So basically if it is -2, then the max ending here at this position will be -2. Now after that what we check is if max of r, basically after adding this element, if the max of r is less than max ending here, we update it and we update the end index equals I. Basically means we have found until I to I, so end will be updated here. If suppose it is not, then in that case we won't be updating it, basically because we can't include that element, right? So if max of r is less than max ending here, only in that case we will be updating the max of r with max ending here, and then we will be setting that end equals I, means basically until this index we got the maximum ending sum. Then in the end we will be checking if max ending here basically is less than 0, means basically it becomes negative. So if we need to reset it to 0, because if we add any number to a negative number, it will be even smaller. So that's why if max ending here becomes less than 0, then we will be setting max ending here to 0. Basically we need to iterate it over again. So now if we come here, so suppose until -3 it got null, right? So once the loop starts and it goes to 4, then again the starting index will start from there. So basically until -3 we got it initialized to basically max ending here to 0. Now we will be in the next run we will be updating the start index to I. Basically start will happen from 4, and after that we will be counting.